Yeah, and I'm good for 30 minutes.
All right, guys. Today we're going to go live today. We've got some controversy in our app, in our community, and men in our programs. And I'm not speaking for the women's side here at all today.
Nope.
But James Tippins, if you don't know, is Catherine and my business partner. And James and I talk a lot about the best way to help men and move them forward. And one of the things that we're realizing is we've had some men that keep themselves in what I call the nice guy triangle for far too long. We expect results at Moral Marriage. We expect that you are going to want to get off your hamster wheel. We expect that you want your life to change at Moral Marriage. And this is tying heavily to an ad I have. If you don't know, we have programs that are free. We have scholarships that we give to people who can't afford Catherine's program or my program. We have a $30 book. Essentially, we'll just average it at $30 for our books because people couldn't afford our $5,000 course. See how transparent I am. We have a $10,000 course. We offer $20,000 for small cohorts. We offer $50,000 for one-on-one. We are expensive because we're the best, but we do not leave any man or woman behind.
That's right.
Here's what we've noticed. We've noticed that a lot of people have been in our programs and don't actually do it. They don't actually use it. Recent podcast that we filmed is going to be coming out right away. Catherine and I talked about how people will be on a coaching call with us and they will say they're in our program. One piece of advice, not knowing your situation, is not being in our program. And if you don't know, our programs are not standalone. If you're reading our books or you're on our podcast, fastest growing podcast for marriage, dating, climbing as well, masculinity, climbing, self-help in 2 categories, climbing, it's Moral Marriage. I'll put it on the comments here. That doesn't mean you're in our programs. In fact, our programs are specific. We're specific. There are 2 pillars in our programs. One is learning. The second one is your support. We know you need support. We just know it. 5,000 couples in 3 years. We're in our 4th year now. We just know if you want to succeed, you must learn and grow. That's obvious. Okay. And you must have support. And James, we've been talking a lot this week about, and we talked with our head mentor, Dennis, about this as well yesterday. We've got a number of men who we want to be clear. At Moral Marriage, we are not trying to enable your bullshit.
Right.
You're either changing your life or you're not.
That's right.
Right.
And that's what we do. I mean, if you think about it, we're solution based because we know what needs to happen. Well, you and I had an incredible conversation yesterday morning. We sort of adopted this. Like if you're in an accident and a paramedic comes along, you want that dude to do whatever it takes to save your life and get you stable and get you back on your feet. You don't want him to worry about how you're going to feel or how you look or if your clothes are all messed up or whether or not, you either want him to hold your hand and watch you die or get the job done. And we're the type of people that get the job done. Why? Because we labored alone for years to get where we are. And now we're together and we're helping men get forward. So you either, as we're always, I say, let's go at all the, the different in our community. Let's go, let's go, let's go. But it's not about a sense of urgency. It's about a sense of intention and energy. But here in my mind now, we seem to be putting a lot of energy around men who we're trying to prod.
Correct.
And we don't have time to prod when people are dying in the streets. We've got to triage. You got to get on your feet. You got to do the rehab. You got to do the work. You got to grow. So now it's like, let's grow or you got to go. That's my new goal.
Guys. So look at it. We're going to give some real examples here. Now, I don't have the actual real numbers, but I'm going to suggest we could probably pull it up quick. But I think it's like, first of all, James, can you please send Dennis the link? Dennis is watching. Let's get Dennis on here too. But excuse me, if we understand that we have about 1,500 people, men and women, joined our app since the new year. The app wasn't even launched until January 23rd. And you understand that you have about 400, I think the number is close to 400 that are people engaged and responding and moving in the community, attempting. This is a great many people who don't have any money. They're doing the best they can to grow. They're reading the books, they're watching or listening to the podcast, and they're taking advantage of the free community on our app. I'll put it in the comments here right now. It's there for you. Okay. Thank you for saying, Manny, the podcast is good stuff. It's incredible how fast it's moving and helping people, but it doesn't mean you're in the program. Using the community is the first step. You have men and women who've read the book. You have men and women who have been in our courses. You have men and women who are coaching for us. Okay. And here's the thing. We are engaged. You started with me yesterday for half an hour. You had to get on a call to go help somebody. And I ran an hour and 35-minute fucking free call for people. and people are mad that I charge 50 fucking grand for 101. Are you guys out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do this. We're going to show you and understand the steps that you can take. And then what we're going to do is, if you're not taking steps, we're going to tell you what we have coming for you. And this is actually not really for people that aren't in our community, in our app, in our programs. It's just good information for you to know, because we're very transparent. It's one of my core values: live like a window. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason why is simple. I'm not afraid to talk about how much I charge, because I give all the way down to free and I go all the way up to what I'm worth.
That's right.
Okay. Because my time is everything. All right. And so I'm not like a salesperson you're going to get onto a coaching call with somebody who's selling you into their program. Neither is James, my partner. Neither is my wife when she helps. And so what we have is people that are taking advantage of our programs. That's fantastic. We talked about a man yesterday, Terrence, could not afford.
Yeah.
Actually, Dennis just arrived here as well. Dennis.
Yeah. Hey.
Dennis is our head mentor for the men's side. Okay. And he does a lot of work in the community for you guys, whether you're paid or not. Okay. But what we have is a guy like this Terrence that we're talking about, working his ass off. He can only buy the book. He listens to the podcast. Every free call we have, he joins. Every time he can ask for help or give help too in the community. As he learns, he gives help. That's what we teach you guys. So you learn faster. He's there doing it. We've had a ton of incredible fucking men and women doing this. Okay. If you don't know women, Catherine works fucking hard. Sliding scale, scholarships, all this stuff, because a lot of women are financially abused. Okay. Like, we do a lot of that, but then we have a lot of people who pay big bucks and don't do fuck all with their time.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
You know, thank you, Bill. Bill says coaches are more than just involved. They're like big brothers and always responsive. You got it. Troy says you guys are the first thing to have a spark of hope, rebuilding and making yourself better. That's because we care. We disrupt divorce, and we create men and women who create men and women who can impact and change the world. So if you are taking our time, I don't care if you pay me 50 grand, if you pay $600 a month for group calls, 25 a week. Nobody does that, by the way. You're welcome. Like, if you're not going to use them, if you're not going to raise your hand, we've made a decision at Morrow yesterday, the three of us here on this live. Anybody else want to deliver the news so you can have a chance to talk?
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, if you're not moving, you're moving out.
That's it.
I mean, that's it. We're going to pack your bags. We're going to move you out. Why? Because we don't have the energy to put into chasing. We have a mantra here at Morrow. We make men. We don't chase men. That's right. And so we're not doing that. If you're not already pushing your daggone car up the road by yourself, no one's going to help you. And we spend more time trying to, and it's not that we don't care, it's because we do care, but we're only going to put our energy where men who are willing to do the work. And it goes into a lot of different things. Some people say, well, I don't know how to download the app. Well, here's the link. What if it was a fishing app? What if it was an app that had to do with, buying the best product for your boat? Or what if it was something for your clothes, or something that you wanted to do in life? You would find a way. That's mostly what we find out, guys, is that guys that get stuck and they just want some hand holding, is that they don't make decisions because they're waiting for someone else to actually make those decisions for them.
That's right.
And honestly, when it comes to a relationship with a man and a woman, the man is like a little baby boy who wants his butt wiped. I mean, that's literally what it is. And I hate to be that crass, because we're not invalidating the fact that you're hurting. We're just telling you the reason you're continuing to hurt is because you're sitting in your pain and you're not making decisions. And you need to understand that we do not have the time, at the cost of people who are working, to spend time there. So we don't even want you hanging out in the wings. That's the reality.
That's correct, guys. See, if we're not moving you forward because you would rather be in pain, then, I mean, I've been there.
It's not your time. It's not your time for us.
It's just not your time. This
You
is
come
like,
back later.
I owned a gym for 20 years, and we would have people with six packs, and they'd be like, I don't understand. My friend wants a six pack like the way that I look, but they don't want to do it. I said, it's not their time. And 2 years later, sure shit, they wish they started earlier, right? But it wasn't their time. And right now, the list is long and distinguished with women that want to work with Catherine, men that want to work with us. And like Dennis, you're loving the community interaction and helping these people, whether they're paid or whether they're free. Why is this so important for you right now, to have us remove people who are just weighing down the app, who are weighing down, even if you pay us, guys? We're talking about people who pay. We will cancel your subscription. We don't need your fucking money. The list of people who want help it's what we believe. We just believe in what we're doing.
No growth. It's motivate with boundary time, baby.
Motivate with boundary time. Dennis, how do you feel that we're going to remove some of the slack?
Well, I love the way you guys are putting it. I agree. But if I could reword it a little bit for are nice guys watching.
And we're not laughing at it. We are all nice guys, but guys, we're laughing with you.
We love you.
Yes.
We care about you. But we not making this the kind of program that's going to make you leave if you're not doing work, we're enabling your bad behavior. We're keeping you in your pain. And I hope that instead of seeing this as like, oh, I'm being punished, no, we're trying to give you the impetus and the motivation to actually put in the work. I see so many people, and it frustrates me that I see guys who don't have the resources, don't have the money, and they're doing everything they possibly can to fix their relationship. And then there's other guys wanting the same amount of attention, but they don't even want to take the first step, to take the first move on fixing where they're at. And it's all with love. We want to see you all succeed, but we need to be focused on the people who are ready to move. And if you want to come back and you actually do change your mind and say, hey, I want to actually do the work, I want to really put in the effort, then we're here to help. But enabling you to feel good because you're in a program and you're working on your marriage, but you're not actually doing something, we're enabling you to continue your bad behavior, and it's not helping you. And we're here to help you. So if we have to kick you out to light a fire under you, then I think it's the best thing we could do for you.
Yeah. Now, and it's no secret. We know I'm an asshole. Okay. I'm straight to the point. I'm blunt. I'm direct, and I want results fucking rapidly. So it's not like I'm going to be a strict asshole, fucking send you a message, a text, or a call and be like, you're fucking out. But you know, yesterday we were on a call. It's a group call like we do. Okay. And if you don't know, we do 25 calls a week. That's unheard of in any coaching program across the board. Health, nutrition, business, or relationship. This does not exist in the world. We revolutionize everything at Morrow Marriage. Okay. Now, I was on a call and I spent 20 minutes talking to a man who's been with us for almost 2 years, if not a little longer, talking about the same shit. And this is what sparked it for me. The passion for me to see a change is too fucking important. The reputation that we have at Morrow is too important to let you be enabled, like Dennis was just talking about. I'm wasting 20 minutes on a man who'd rather. He ended up blaming his wife on the fucking call when I called out a bunch of resentment. This is beginner shit that you learn in the reset.
Right. First week.
That means you took 20 minutes from the other 45 fucking men on the call.
That's right. And it's our fault because we're allowed it. We allowed it. Yeah. I've got a list here when we want to talk about what it looks like to get moving. Okay.
We will right away. It is our fault, guys. At Morrow Marriage, we always, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, the mantra is simple. What could I do differently?
There you go.
I have failed these guys. I used the word enabled yesterday that Dennis talked about today. I have decided to let guys go on for far too long and almost baby them. That is not acceptable if I'm the asshole that I am that you call me for.
That's right.
To get me to move you, to hold you accountable. Okay? And so we have tried a lot of different things. I'm not going to get into it. But what we're going to do now is actually give you the actual decide if you want to move your marriage forward or not.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, why should we give a fuck? The example James used is simple. If you're pushing your car, everybody's going to get out and push with you. But if you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs going, my day sucks, nobody's going to pull over and help you. And we have got to do this at Morrow Marriage.
Yeah. Men who say stuff like that, they're absolutely right. And we're going to agree with you and just gently show you the front door. Because until you're ready to, you want me to give you that little quick five things that I thought of how to get started. So you're thinking, oh no, I don't want to lose. Listen, if you're here with us because you've created a new identity with us, we don't want that. We're not going to enable that. Here's the thing. Number one, your desire has got to be for you to grow without any intention on anybody else in your life. It can't be for your wife. It can't be for your kids. It can't be for, if you're trying to change because you want somebody else to see you change so that they can be part of your life, you are failing right now, and you're not going to do tomorrow what you're not already doing today. So you've got to make a desire that you want to change for yourself, and we can't give you that desire. The second thing is we got to give a plan. We do an intake call every Tuesday with anybody on the app, and you've got to have a plan. What's your plan? The plan is, you wouldn't be surprised the number of people that they get into the app and they give me hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy the book. I'm going to listen to the podcast. Good. Step 3, engage. So as you're learning, we need to see that you're learning. Don't DM me. Don't DM Cass, don't DM Dennis and then get butt hurt because we've got 100 DMs today that we can't deal with. Don't get butt hurt because we say, go put this in the community. We have trained men and experts in our community who can guide you. But the guidance is not going to allow you to sit there and stay stagnant. They're going to say, then what are you doing? And you've got to say, okay, what is my plan? The second part is a plan. The third thing is you've got to make a choice. You've got to make a choice to actually exercise with whatever you have, whatever energy, whatever money, whatever time. The amount of time you spend DMing and doing podcasts and sending them my way, you could have actually learned 30 new things in a week's time. You can learn 30 new things and implement those things. You've got to make a choice to do number 4, which is to put it into action. There's nothing in the world that changes except getting up and doing. We talked about it on Momentum Call yesterday. Dennis and I had a good conversation about mindset versus action. Where do people get stuck? It's always mindset, but even in that, there's an action to the mindset, and that is choice. What choices are you making to put into action today? I'm not going to think this way. I'm not going to say these things. I'm not going to follow down the same path. All right. And the 5th thing is you got to be self-accountable. As a fitness coach, Cass didn't get paid to walk around and slap a sandwich and a donut up people's face. Don't eat that. I mean, it's like,
I wish I would have fucking.
I mean, oh my God, it'd be good. We YouTube that thing, man. I mean, it'd be great. But this is what we want. Why? Because we love you and we know that you can. The only reason you're not succeeding is because you're not doing what you're told to do.
Well, and here's an easy example with that. We practice what we preach. So you've heard we charge a lot of money. You also heard how much we give for free. Okay. And there's lots in between. We practice what we preach. If we teach you to be grateful and give and share and impact, then we're going to have to do that. Right. And now, well, I don't even know how many thousands of books we sold since September, 78 reviews or something. Where the fuck is the giving and gratitude?
Right.
Somebody says, I love your content. Hopefully you're sharing it, Daniel. I think that was you. Yes. Hopefully you're sharing the content because other people, you've been fortunate enough to love the content because you've been fortunate enough to find it. And this is the problem. We get so wrapped up in our own selves that we never actually move ourselves forward. This is a people problem, not a man problem, not a woman problem. It's a people problem. Okay. Mm-hmm. And if that's the understanding, then we are at Morrow wasting our time on people who don't want more. You can't send, like, how ignorant is it to send? I'm not saying don't DM me your story. I need to know information when you do.
Right.
But I get 1,000 DMs a week, which is about what I got this week, at least 800. Okay. And if I get that many DMs and they're all a fucking 400-page novel, how the fuck am I supposed to help somebody else too?
Right.
Like you haven't even paid me yet. Now I need to know facts. But see, you're choosing to. How long did it take you to write that novel? Mm-hmm. If you're following us, Catherine and I didn't even talk or address most of the issues. We created a new life. That's why the podcast is moving so fast. That's why the books are selling so fast. Because the past sucks. Sitting in your shit sucks. The future is what you actually want. You don't want a fucking apology. That's an apology problem. I have a podcast on it. Okay. You don't want that. You just want to feel good. Yeah. You just want to feel good.
That's right. And it's not sweeping it under the rug. That's the thing. People think you're pretending. Guys, when you're free, when you know who you are, and when you're embodying the tools of actually living like an adult with responsibility and power and control, you don't, that other stuff doesn't matter. It's like if somebody came in here and said, hey, there's a dead roach outside in the middle of the road. Okay. It's not in my grits. I don't care if it was. I just get new grits. It doesn't matter. Cass, we had a conversation yesterday about how we used to get irritated about like toilet paper being in the wrong place or stupid stuff or the dishes. I had a conversation last night about the dishes. I've got a little stat thing I'm going to do with the dishes in my kitchen because I got 4 adults living here and not everybody does their share. So we're going to do something about it. Yeah. But I mean, the old me, it would have been a butthurt little boy. But because I'm a man in a big body, I can make a lot of noise and everybody cowers to that. But that's not leadership. That's childishness. Dennis, and until I was ready to change that, there was nobody that could work with me.
That's correct. Dennis, jump in because I know you want to say something there.
I can see it.
Yeah. And it's like this, guys, and we all need to understand this. Like, we spend 99.9% thinking about ourselves, like all the time. We're so selfish in everything we do. And that's kind of like normal for humans. But if you can actually take like 10% of that time and only think about yourself 90% of the time, you'll be doing huge things, making total differences and realizing that, hey, I can work on myself, but it's not about me. How can I help others? How can I do more? And everyone wants to just have that magic moment, whether it's church or a help group or wherever you go in and the light shines on you and you're like, hallelujah, I'm a brand new perfect man. That's not real. That doesn't happen. It happens through working every day hard at what you're doing. And it starts by stop being so focused on yourself and start focusing on what you can put out in the world. And slowly but surely, you start becoming that new man that you always want to be. But if you're just looking to come in, get James to tell you something and go, oh, I now know the secrets of the world and I'm the best man ever. That's not how it works. We can't do that.
No.
If we could, we'd sell it and make $1 billion.
It's seriously like that. That's the whole thing. Like when we ask the struggle, you guys, when you think about being asked the question, what's the struggle in your relationship? What are you going to do? You're going to start to rattle off the problems and the issues. So what we've learned at Morrow Marriage and how Catherine and I saved our marriage from the depths of hell is simple. The struggle is in the tool. Because if you're using a tool and you want to be proud of who you are, right? So, oh, I just had this massive fight. You know, that's the struggle you want to say, right? No, the struggle was how did you handle it? How defensive were you? You know, how did you handle it? How much did you attack and blame and shame? How much, how little did you say, what could I do differently here? You know, did I validate them and their bad behavior, or did I just validate the fucking emotion? Yeah. There's so many tools that you can learn that you can use to move forward. And this is why it's not sweeping issues under the rug. It's because in the state you are right now, you will never get to where you want to be, which is why we're in this, having this discussion right now, saying because this, by the way, is a choice. Yeah. It's not the pain. It's not the affair. It's not the separation, the smothering, the boundaries, the fucking divorce papers. Yeah. It's none of that. The kicking the balls. It's none of it. Yeah. This is a choice to either learn and grow, or a choice to take the time from people who do want to learn and grow. And it does nothing for you for that anymore. And this is how serious we are, and why we're doing it live on here is because I have no problem with people who don't even know us yet hearing that. You are paying me. You are going to get a message from me saying, I'm going to kick you out of the program if you don't make changes. You might get it from James. You might get it from Dennis. There's a lot. So we're going to have to work together and take care of this, because our time is being wasted on people who don't want to grow. Yeah. If you don't want to grow, then fucking leave. Whether that's us, your marriage, or whatever. Because it's grow or die, baby. That's right. I don't need anchors in my life. I removed the anchors in my life so I could become a new man. And that's why you guys follow me. So if you're not following the steps with me, that's right, then I don't need you around. There's nothing. And we can tell. Get it. You're not ready. No. And we can tell when you're not following the steps too, because the progress isn't there. And the bottom line is that we know that everybody feels entitled, but you cannot say you deserve something if you have not arrived in that place. Correct. You don't just get to say I'm new when you're not new. And we know that you're not new when you're still triggered, when you're still butthurt, when you're still looking and we're still running and you're still chasing. You know what? If I ran into your house right now and just started chasing you, what would you do? You'd run the fuck away, because that's what things do. We are not going to chase, but we will prod you this time. But the expectation is going to be very clear moving forward. Yeah, correct. This is not a free ride. Yeah, and we'll do the same thing. And what he means by free ride is you have to put the effort in.
Effort. You can't get what you don't. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, that's it.
You can't ride on Cass's shoulders to get a new marriage.
Oh, you have to want a new marriage. I was talking to a man this morning. He's just joining the 101, and he was talking to me, and I said, you have to recognize that it's the choice. I told him the story about when, after my restraining order, if this is during the year that if I fucked up, I was going to go to jail. Okay, there was from fighting every single day before the restraining order and the assault charges. Okay, we went to like 3 days, and when we fought, it was nowhere near as bad. Okay, and in that moment, I learned. I said, "Well, this is exciting. We're fighting every 3 days. I'd never experienced it in my entire life. I know that might be crazy to you. The only life I knew was anger and causing fights every day so I could fuel that. I was codependent on that pain because that's the way I was raised. Okay. And when I learned I had a choice, meaning I was choosing to not go to jail, it was the start of it. So I had to be on good behavior. But in that, I noticed I was feeling happier because we weren't fighting. We were loving more. And that's the day I learned that I was responsible for my fucking choices. Mm-hmm. And now there's a lot more growth that came after that. Don't get me wrong. And today's not the time for that story, although we talk about it on the podcast. What I don't want for you guys is to be enabled if you don't do anything but say it's the best day of my life and make it the best day of your life as a choice, as a fucking choice. That's it.
It is.
It's all you got. It's all you got. You are responsible for your choices. And we at Moral Marriage will not enable you to sit in your shit.
That's right.
No, thank you. There are too many people who want more for themselves. And we only have 24 hours a day. We talked about this on something recently. I don't know if it's coaching call or live, but we could be on the phone for 48 hours a day if there was that much time, and we still wouldn't cover everybody.
No.
Right? We have to use our time with the people who want to use our time. And again, doesn't mean you have to be making money. It means you have to want to disrupt your fucking divorce.
That's right.
That's it. Hopefully impact the world with us for our children so that they want to get married again. Fuck, man. How many kids don't even get married in their 20s now?
And that's, take a bigger picture when you look at this. We want to save your marriage. That's cool. We want to do that, but we're not, that's not the end goal. We're trying to change the way men are in the world. We're trying to show up differently and change all the
women in Catherine's program. Dennis is not used to these lives. You got to talk about both here, buddy.
Fair. I apologize to all my ladies. I do coach them, so I need to be more focused on that. But we are changing the way the whole dynamics work, right? And it's not about just fixing marriages. That's great. We want to flip the statistics. We want to create the new marriage, but we want to take the whole world and start showing them a better model so our kids don't fall into the same things. So we can start modeling a whole thing that you can start being a model in your community. They don't even need to know Cass, but they can see you as a model of the new man, and you can start making impact.
Bingo.
That's all what
an amplified life.
So what this means for you guys listening, we got to cut this out here, but what this means for you guys listening is that if you join us, you're going to be watched. You're going to either be moving or you're not. We're not here to hold hands. We're here to lift you so you can hold others' hands until you lift them. That's it. Okay. 2, if you're in the program, look out. We're coming for you if you're not working. Don't care how much money you pay me. I don't need your fucking money. Okay.
Yep. And that work is not noise either. Cass, something to say real quick, and you can speak to this. It's not just noise. It's not just interacting. It's actually progress. So if you're told to do a tool and then a week later you say there's a restraining order pending on me, how in the hell did that happen when you were supposed to be learning?
Yeah, and by the way,
what did you do?
Doesn't mean you can't make a mistake. I mean, we had a guy who's insecure about his wife's affair and he really fucked up. Okay,
that's right.
That's not what we're saying.
That's right.
If you look at this guy reflecting, I don't have to challenge his integrity and his work ethic.
Right.
Okay.
That's right.
Right. That's my point. My point, though, is if you're not using the tools, ask us the same questions, not trying to learn and grow, using the next tool so we can move you. Yeah. Well, you're probably wasting our time that we could be giving to someone else, whether that's for free, whether that's for charging. Okay. Yeah. My time is everything. These men, their time is everything. Catherine's time, everything. It's all we have. Just like you people watching and listening, all we have is our time.
That's the most precious commodity.
That's right.
That's it.
Love you guys a ton. We'll see you next week with the next live on Wednesday, as per usual, regularly 3 p.m. Central. Moral Marriage Podcast. I'll put it in here again, guys. It is fucking blowing up right now. The books, you can find out about them. The app, I'll put that in here too, in case you need some support. Okay. And again, just join the free community. Start with that. We're not here to just take your money. Pay attention to this message today. We're here for results, and we want them for you guys. Okay. Whoops, it's not taking this comment here. There we go. My shortcuts. That's where the GMM is there. Go.com. All right, guys. Love you tons. Thanks for your support. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.